Path Through the Twilight of the Heart. Characters. 1. Leo. A middle-aged man who has lost his spark. He lives mechanically. His world is devoid of color, and inside there is an oppressive emptiness. 2. Umbra. A wolf-like creature, made of shadows and starlight. It is the voice of intuition and ancient survival instincts. 3. Old Woman Corny. The personification of ancestral memory and connection with the past. She lives in the roots of the oldest tree. 4. Mist Weaver. An antagonist who represents apathy, depression, and the trap of comfortable Part 1. The Border of Worlds. Leo was standing at the edge of the forest. In his real life, it had been an ordinary park behind the house. But today the air vibrated differently. The sun was as pale as an old coin. He felt that if he took a step behind the black spruce, there would be no turning back. In his pocket was a heavy iron key that he had found in his grandfather's belongings. The key did not fit anything in his apartment, but here it began to warm up. "You're going to a place where there are no mirrors." "Leo," a low voice said. Umbra stepped out of the shadow of the bushes. His eyes shone with a soft violet light. "Why do you need this forest?" Wolf asked. "I want to feel something again," Leo replied, "even if it is pain." Umbra nodded. "Pain is the first station. Light is the last. You're in between." Dive. Pause. Imagine yourself on this edge. What are you leaving behind? What weight in your chest are you taking with you on this hike? Describe its shape and color. Part 2. Forest of Whispering Fears. They went deeper into the thicket. The trees here looked like screaming figures. Instead of leaves, scraps of old phrases hung on the branches. "You can't do it. You're not good enough. It's too late." "Don't listen to them," Umbra warned. "It's an echo of other people's voices, which you took for your own." Suddenly, Leo fell into a deep ravine, the bottom of which was covered with viscous black rot. It was the swamp of the uninhabited. Leo felt his legs suck in. "Those who say tomorrow are drowning here," whispered Weaver to Manov. Invisible, but omnipresent. His voice was as soft as cotton. "Stay here, Leo. It is warm and quiet here. You don't have to fight. Just fall asleep." Leo felt sweet, tired, but Umbra roared, and the sound cut through the mist like lightning. "Use the key," the wolf shouted. Leo plunged the key into the viscous earth. A pulse of light pierced the ground beneath him. He remembered one moment from his childhood, how he ran across the field, not thinking about the result. That tiny spark of joy gave him the strength to pull his foot out of the swamp. Part 3. Echo Cave and the Old Woman of Roots. The path led them to the foot of a huge oak tree, the roots of which went deep underground, forming the entrance to the cave. There, among the bone-spinning wheels and clay pots, sat the Old Woman of Roots. She wove a carpet of human hair and threads of light. "Are you looking for light, kid?" she stammered. "But the light doesn't hang on a branch like an apple. It's locked inside your wounds." She handed him a cup of bitter liquid like wormwood. "Drink. This is the infusion of your honest tears. Until you drink them, you will not see the way further." Leo drank, and images flashed before his eyes. Betrayals that he forgave only in words, losses that he did not mourn, dreams that he buried alive. He cried for a long time, sobbing, as he had never cried in his adult life. "All right," the old woman nodded. "Your burden has become lighter because you have stopped denying it." She gave him a ball of silver thread. "This is the thread of your truth. Hold on to her when the weaver tries to replace your memories." 4. The Weaver Duel. At the exit from the cave, the Weaver of Mists was waiting for them. Now he took shape, a tall figure in a gray shroud, whose face was hidden by a mask without features. "You have been through pain and tears," said the Weaver. "But now, I will offer you the most terrible thing. I will offer you meaning." The Weaver began to show Leo pictures of a possible future, where he is rich, famous, but lonely, where he saves the world, but cannot save himself. These were temptations with false goals. "It's all just scenery," Leo shouted. "I don't need meaning out of your hands. My point is to just be." The Weaver hissed, and the fog around him became acrid. Umbra rushed at Weaver, distracting him, while Leo searched for a way out. He saw a tiny crack between the rocks, from which not golden, but ordinary daylight broke through. Leo realized that the Weaver is only strong when Leo believes in his greatness. As soon as Leo recognized that the Weaver was only his own fatigue, the figure began to melt. Pause for reflection. What is the most confusing temptation or wrong path? Is it the need for approval? Fear of failure? What prevents you from seeing the way out? Part 5. Summit and Integration. Leo climbed up. His hands were covered in blood. His suit was in tatters, but there was a fire in his eyes that hadn't been there in decades. He went to the top of the mountain. Umber sat beside him, his fur now completely starry. "Look," said the wolf. Leo had a view not of a fairy tale land, but of his own city. But now he saw it differently. He saw not gray boxers, but millions of lights, lives, destinies, opportunities. The light he was coming to was not a blinding sun. It was an inner dawn, a calm realization that he was the author of his story. The key, Umbra reminded. Leo took out an iron key. Now he realized that it was the key to his own heart, which he had locked with thousands of locks so as not to feel pain. He put the key to his chest and felt something click inside. Warmth spread throughout his body. Epilogue. The Return. Leo opened his eyes at the edge of the park. It was evening. Passers-by hurried past, not noticing anything unusual. Leo straightened his jacket. He still had the key in his pocket, but now it seemed as light as a feather. He walked towards the house, and his step was firm. He knew that tomorrow he would face difficulties again. But now he had Umbra, his intuition, and the thread of truth from old woman roots. He walked into his apartment, turned on the light, and smiled at his reflection for the first time in a long time. "We're home," he said quietly. The psychological map of this allegory. 1. Iron key. Willingness to change. Will to heal. 2. Umbra. The wild, intuitive part of the psyche that knows the way when the mind is powerless. 3. Swamp of the unlived. Suppressed emotions and procrastination. 4. Old woman corny. Working with the subconscious and accepting your story. 5. Weaver Tumanov. Depressive states that tend to devalue life,